smashing against them, you know, like rubbing up against them. What's up, friends? My name is Kevin Bissay, singer-songwriter and producer. Today, I am listening to CH Point's new album, Summer 2000 EP. CH Point, or Jacob West, has been a fan of mine and has offered some really great suggestions. And he posted, hey, if anyone wants to review or react to my new EP, YouTubers, journalists, whoever, hit me up. And I said, well, great, because I'm one of those. And I'd like to hit it up. And he said, hey, it's emo, so beware. And I was like, bro, emo's my base. Emo and pop. That's what I'm about. Nothing but. Also, electronic. So yeah, I'm excited to give the album a listen. I listened to his last one and it was good. So I expect this one will be cool too. He's kind of gained some popularity by making video game remixes of Midwest emo. So I'm interested to see what this is. Excited. Who knows what'll happen? Let's give it a taste. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And check out my latest album, Giovanni. It's phenomenal. It's the best album ever. That's what he said, actually. I heard it straight from his lips. Oh, this is sick. George Starr. Kind of has like an ambient vibe. I'm really digging the screams. Screams are probably my favorite part of it. I liked a lot of things on that. I liked the drums at the very beginning. It was really cool. I like the kind of filtered vibe that like built into a real thing. I like the synths on it, especially the synth at the very, very end. I thought that was a really unique sounding synth. Kind of reminded me of something from like Ocarina of Time, which I think that's what he was going for because I know he's into that. So mission accomplished, I guess. If that was a sample, great. You placed it very well. It fit. Not the biggest fan in the whole universe of the vocals on that one, like the normal singing vocals on that, I guess you'd call it the first verse, just wasn't as much my vibe, but the screaming was good, the instrumentals were good, and especially liked the synth movement. Yeah, and then the singing where it was kind of extended did sound good. There was just like a certain accent that wasn't as much my vibe on the normal song parts. Like I'm guessing it's a verse. I couldn't really pick up on a very specific structure on that song, just that they had that cool synth vibe. Okay, Set a Goal is next. That high-end fuzz is kind of grinding my gears a little bit. But I really like his singing voice on this one, which is funny because I didn't like it as much in the last one, but this one I think it sounds really good. And the synths sound cool. I'm actually interested. I might have to talk to him about what synths he's using because I like a lot of these synths. There's some really cool stuff going on. A lot of screaming on this one. Okay. Yeah, that one, it was just like, it was almost like a little irritating. Just, I didn't love the screams on it. Yeah, maybe just a tad excessive in terms of screams. And the production with that fuzz, I would have maybe put a low pass filter on that fuzz. Just because it was a little much for me personally. But I think the song was good. Like, there were a lot of good melodies in that song. And there was a lot of good arrangement going on. I would have produced it differently. I almost want to figure out what is that song and like learn it and then do like a cover. I feel like every album I review, I have that one song where I'm like, I should cover this and like kind of show what it could be. Not my favorite, just because of the production. It's interesting how that can happen. You know, you have a good song and if you don't love the production, it can kind of grind a little bit. But maybe the purpose of it is to like grind, you know, it's to make someone feel that grindy vibe, like that something's like smashing against them, you know, like rubbing up against them. And if that's the purpose of it, then it totally fulfilled. And I mean, at least it wasn't boring. Okay, Kart Knight. Absolutely love the vibe of this song. The vocals on that first half, though, are just kind of a little buried. It's like the only criticism I have. I like the Mario Kart theme in the back at the end of this. That's very cool. Very cool, very cool. Beautiful song. I really liked that one. That one's probably my favorite of the 3 so far. Just had a really cool vibe. All the vocals sounded great. The production sounded really cool. A lot of just great things happening. I liked the explosion. It happened at a good point. And it's well placed within the album too, you know? It feels like the right place to put a song like that in an EP, you know, number 3. So, good sequencing there. No, not really any complaints besides that vocal being a little buried at the beginning. It's not like terribly buried. It's just a little bit, just needs to be brought up just a tad, I would say, and it would be perfect, you know, just so I can like hear what it's saying, because it sounds like it's something important. Next song, Can I Get There From My Room, Part 2. I haven't listened to Part 1, or at least I didn't recognize it. This like later half. With the, I can get there from my room. That's cool. I really like that part of the song. It just, well, applied fuzz. Just a lot of great things going on. Really fun use of instrumentals on that song. I really liked how the guitars played against each other. It sounded fresh and interesting. And the drum beat at the end was really cool as well. This is another one where the vocals weren't as strong, in my opinion. Which with an acoustic track, I feel like that's one where the vocals should get a little bit more attention. But in general, cool track. I like the vibe in general. Say God Was Forklift Certified. Let's check it. I actually like the sound of the vocals a little more on this one. But they're just a little wet for my taste. Screams are so good though. I love the outros he has. He has some really cool, unique, interesting outros, and I'm impressed by it. Good job. Good job, Jacob. Killing it with those outros. The vocal was a little reverby in the parts when it was singing for my taste. I would have dried it up a little bit, but that's a taste thing to an extent. I've just grown a taste for very dry vocals, personally, and my production. Cool song, though. I liked like the onward and upward. A lot of the lyrics were cool. I wish I could have heard them a little bit clearer, but I liked what I heard. I'm digging the arrangements throughout this whole album. They have a really cool sound. Very unique project. Last song. Behold, the Transmogrifier. Behold. I really want to know what synths he's using, because the synth in the first half is so cool. It sounds like a sample. It might be a sample, in fact, from The Legend of Zelda. But if it's not, it just sounds phenomenal. Like he just nailed that synth sound. Cool. That was a fun track. I really liked the beginning a lot. And then the end was cool too. That was some of his best vocals. Yeah, that was just a really good vocal performance. It sounded Ben Folds-esque. I think his vocal in general has kind of a Ben Folds quality to it. Like a similar accent, maybe, one could say. It's like a screamo Ben Folds. Obviously a lot more influences in the music than just that, because you got the video game, you got the screamo, you got some electronic stuff going on. That's really fun. Overall, I liked the album. A lot of interesting vocals used. In general, the vocals were kind of hit and miss for me. Production was fairly on point. Only one song, I would say, where I was just like, nah, this ain't for me. I have a bias against Overly Fuzzy. Yeah, vocal production-wise just wasn't my favorite, but there were a lot of really good melodies, a lot of really interesting instrumentation, and the percussion was really fun pretty consistently. A lot to like, not as much to dislike. And questions. I've got questions about synths, man. I've got so many questions about synths after that. There was some rad stuff going on synth-wise. If I'm going to give that a star rating, I'd probably say 2 stars, you know, which if you're new to my channel, there's a description of what the star rankings mean. It's a good album. It's not my favorite thing that I've ever listened to, but it's not bad either. Like, I wouldn't put it in a bad category at all. I wouldn't say it's 100% my vibe. It's not something that fits perfectly into what I want when I am listening to screamo music, but it's going in a really good direction. I can tell that if this album had like a bit more of a team, production-wise especially, like vocal production-wise, it could really go places because he has a great scream and he has a good sense of instrumentation. It's weird to make a review video like this, like where I'm pretty sure he's gonna watch it. It's a little intimidating, honestly, because part of me is like, oh, I want to be a little extra nice about stuff because I know he likes my stuff and he's been supportive. But I mean, I prefer being fair, and I feel like anyone who gets into my stuff is here for the honesty, right? That being said, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'd listen to it again. I'd show friends. So good job, man. Keep on trucking. I dig it. You got some stuff going there for you. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my latest album, Giovanni. It's pretty different from this, not gonna lie. It's more pop, but it's got some dark influences in it. Some would say it's the best album of the year. Also, make sure to subscribe to CH Point if you haven't already. He's cool. He puts out interesting stuff, and he's putting out good projects. Catch on the flip.
I'm the original Giovanni. Bring me a little soul with your body. All the shawties getting rowdy. Maseratis make you money. La-di-da-di-da, parties in the sun. I'm not growing old, I'll be trying